Head Instructor.
Team Intermediate and beginner level students training at home. Welcome everybody. Today we're going to start back with Neikong, foundational postures of Tai Chi. We will be here this week, and then we'll be here next week, and then we'll be on our annual winter break, so we'll be out for 2 weeks. I always like to start off a Neikong unit by saying it is progressive. So, you know, if it's been a while, if it's your first time, or if it's been a while since you've done this, there's no need to try to go back to how you were doing Neikong the last class of the last unit when you've been doing it for 8 weeks. So kind of gradually get yourself back into it. These are designed to build the flexibility, the strength, and the body alignment that we use in Tai Chi. Key points: if you have joint pain, let me know. You should not have any kind of knee, ankle, hip, back, neck pain. It can be kind of easy to sometimes end up in a little bit of that with these, so just speak up when that happens. It's usually an alignment issue. Listen to your body. You do not have to go as low. You know, if you see other classmates or me going lower than what you can do, but I can't do that, don't. Just listen to your body. It's better to have the alignment principles correct than it is to force yourself into a deeper stance. So, the first couple classes we may kind of talk my way into these postures a little bit more, so I don't know if we'll get through all 10 today, but we definitely will in the next class or two. So with that said, let's go ahead and do our breathing a little bit. Separate feet, shoulder width apart, comfortably, lips lightly sealed, teeth gently meshed together, allow your eyes to close, and we'll focus on deep relaxed breathing for just a minute or two. As you breathe in, feel your abdomen go out. And as you breathe out, feel it come back in. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. Create that cascade of relaxation flowing down the top of your head, all the way down through the different parts of your body, through the soles of your feet. But just check in briefly with all the different parts of you. See if you can release tension where you find it. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. And the next time that you breathe out, open your eyes, lower your hands, and we will begin the 10 foundational postures. So the first one you're familiar with because we do it every class. It's embracing horse. Separate your feet shoulder width apart. Turn those toes in slightly so the outside edges of your feet become parallel. The reason why we do this is this helps us be able to round our knees out and get the lower body alignment with our hips and our knees correct. So from here, I'm going to sit back. So I'm not going to let my knees come forward over my toes. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to get my tuck that we've talked about. So I'm going to straighten out the curve of my low back. And from here, I'm going to circle my arms back. I'm going to circle my arms forward. And the goal is that my thighs feel like they're doing a lot of work, but the rest of my body should feel relaxed. Take some time to cultivate that, so don't stress if you are not feeling relaxed. You should have a rounded, connected feeling through the arms and chest and back. as well as a rounded, connected feeling through the feet, knees, hips. Most of the weight should be concentrated on the heels and outside edges of your feet. That said, make sure the balls of your feet are still attached to the floor. Like, this can happen when I say heels and outside edges. That's not right either. So, heels and outside edges take the majority of the weight, but my whole foot is in contact with the floor. We'll hold for about another minute. And release, straighten the legs. Since we're doing the whole Nikon sequence, we don't do the circle the arms up. We'll do that at the very end. So release. Posture number 2 is called Ride the Wild Horse. There are 3 different stance widths for this. In a normal class, we do 2 repetitions of each stance. Today, we're just going to do 1 so that we kind of get a taste for each one. So for this one, you're going to bring your feet in. The middle stance is where we're going to start. A little bit narrower maybe than shoulder width. So a scant shoulder width. But same thing, toes turned in a little bit so the outside edges of your feet become parallel. Now, even though I'm standing straight, I'm still thinking tuck. It's obviously not going to be super extreme if I'm standing here. But I'm thinking engage that lower back. So I'm just that literally it's like from here to here, but I'm thinking it. And so from here, the other thing is there's a breathing rhythm that goes with this. If you need more breaths, take them. Please take them. Like don't do that. Just breathe as needed. And I imagine in a few weeks you'll be able to hang with it. You'll be surprised at yourself. So from here, begin by circling the arms up as you inhale. And as you begin to exhale, you're going to reach forward. When you feel like you're about to tip over, shift the weight to your heels and sink down. Go down only as far as you can without your feet moving, shifting, adjusting. Finish your exhale and then begin push with the legs and inhale to come up. And exhale, arms circle down. Like I said, normally we do 2 of each one, but today we're just going to do 1. The second posture stance is the small stance. Depending on your body frame, your toes may be able to touch a little bit. For me, I need to separate mine a little bit, but same thing, outside edges of the feet parallel. Think about your tuck, even if you can't activate your tuck, think about it. And then same thing, inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, reach forward. When you feel like you're going to lose your balance and tip, shift the weight to your heels and sink down. Again, going down only as far as you can without your feet shifting, adjusting, or moving. And finish the exhale, push with the legs, inhale. And exhale. Good, very nice. Last one is the wide stance. which really is not that wide. It's just back to like embracing horse shoulder width. Same thing. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, reach, shift to the heels, and sink. Keeping those knees rounded out and the feet planted on the floor. And push with the legs to begin the inhale. Slowly come up and exhale. Very nice. All right. Posture number 3 is called playing guitar. We do both sides. And if you've seen it, you have seen it in the first section of the form. This is the same thing, but it's we get into it a little bit differently because we're working on posture and alignment. So separate the feet shoulder width apart. And we are going to start with the left feet. Turn your left toes out at a wide angle, about 60 degrees. Keep your knee straight over that foot, as in don't let it collapse in. See what I'm doing there? Keep it over that knee. Shift the weight into the left knee, leg. Circle the arms back, circle the arms forward. Set the right heel down. And your left hand will be by your right elbow. Maybe just lower the top hand a little bit. There you go. So you're kind of staring over the top of your fingertips. If you feel your left thigh screaming at you, you are doing it correctly. If you do not, I invite you to sink a little lower.
Okay, so I feel like I should have my left leg out further.
You should not have your left leg out further, but you could maybe have your left leg out. Not towards me, out that way.
No, I'm sorry.
That foot,
Should be out more this way.
well, the way you would correct that is by moving this foot out and then shift into that foot. There you go. Yeah, that looks better.
Okay.
Does that feel better?
Yeah, because I was not feeling it. I was feeling it here and not here.
So the other thing is tuck. So you've got a little sway back, try to straighten that lower back. And that should take it out of the hip and put it back in the thigh. And like I said, we will release. Feel the, don't usually do correction talk. No, that's okay. So I said, you'll hear me say this a lot. There are rumors, it's true. When we do have black sash tests, you will be expected to hold embracing horse for 15 to 20 minutes. And everyone panics about that. But I'll tell you, where the real panic comes is a 5-minute playing guitar. Okay, so because what you do after the 20-minute embracing horse. So, don't forget about it playing guitar and try to make friends with it, because the only thing more, are you kidding me, than a super long embracing horse is a super long standing on one leg. So, anyway, so good practice, even though it's straight out of the chute. Now we're going to do the other side. So, feel your feet connected, kind of plant yourself on the floor, head suspended, and then we'll get into it from the other side. So turn your right toes out at a wide angle, 45 degrees. Keep your knee aligned over the toes, shift to the right, circle the arms back, circle the arms forward, set the left heel down. In these first couple of classes, I'm not going to overcorrect. Obviously, like I said, if something hurts or doesn't feel right, let me know. But I'm not ignoring you if I'm not coming around and making little micro adjustments. You have to kind of get in this and swim around a little bit before corrections make much of a difference. That said, keep your back leg and your front leg this way, 6 inches. There you go.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's it. The most important part of any of these postures is to try to stay as relaxed as you can. So this leg obviously is doing a lot of work, but my shoulders are neutral, my head is not straining, my back is loose, my waist is loose, I'm not shrugging with my shoulders. And try as best you can to just make friends with the discomfort. And maybe 15, 20 more seconds. And release. Shake it out. Good work. Okay, posture number 4 is the compass. I love this one. Feels good. A lot of NACOM, what it looks like and what it's actually trying to do are different, so try to follow the instructions. This one is very tempting, like, oh, I just bent over and reached my toes. It's not what we're going for. So, try to follow along and listen acutely to the instructions to try to get what this posture is about. You can separate your feet to a little bit wider than shoulder width apart if you so like. But same thing, toes turned in slightly, outside edges of the feet parallel. And I'm going to begin by, I'm going to keep my shoulders down, I'm going to keep my head suspended, but I'm going to reach up with my arms. Now notice I haven't shrugged, so my shoulders are still down. And 1, I'm going to lean to the left. And I'm trying to lean in such a way that I'm not twisting one way or the other. I'm imagining there's 2 walls on either side of me. I'm keeping my tuck, which will protect my low back through this. 2, I'm going to round down, circle, keep your tuck, keep the weight in the outside edges of your feet and your heels, and your palms are going to face the floor and the fingers facing each other, and you're going to lower yourself over the left foot. This is the part that I'm saying, it feels like, oh, I can just bend and reach my toes. That's not it. Keep your tuck. If you're touching the floor, you've lost your tuck.
Are you still balanced on both feet?
Yes, you'll feel a little bit more pressure on the left foot because you're over it, but definitely still both feet engaged. And 3, I'm going to shift the weight to both my heels and I'm going to reach forward, extending. This is the most challenging part of this posture, trying to flatten your back out. Imagine someone is reaching full and pulling on your fingers, so you're kind of reaching back with your heels and extending through with your fingertips. And down over the other leg, right leg. Palms facing the floor, fingers facing towards each other. And from here, roll up. And you're going to lift through the chest, bend the knees, and reach back. So it's a little bit of a back bend. Keeping your knees rounded out. And roll to the left. Back to where you started, and then up to center. And same thing other side, to the right. The other thing to watch out for is keep your hands connected. Don't let the bottom hand droop. And down over the right foot. Relaxed breathing throughout on all of these. And reach forward, shift the weight, heels straighten the back. And down over the left. Rotate up and back. roll out, up, and lower the hands. Shake it out. All right. Posture number 5, double dragons lead from C. I'm going to turn my back towards you so it's a little easier to get the alignment at first, and then I'll turn around so you can see the hand motion. So from here, separate feet shoulder width apart. Turn your left foot out at a 45-degree angle. Shift the weight there, and then step into a walking lunge. Double dragon's foot placement. If you heard me say this while doing the form a million times, this is where that comes from. And you're going to get into a push position. And then once you've got that, you're going to fold down for a gentle stretch. And I'm pushing out on my bent leg, and I'm pulling myself gently forward on the straight leg. And from here, form a circle with your hands, hips square towards the front. Very easy to kind of end up straddling it. It's forward. And you're going to inhale and come back to a push. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down slowly. Inhale, up. Release. Other side. Left toes out, 45 degrees. Shift and step into a walking lunge. Push. And from here, fold down for that stretch, pushing out on the bent leg, pulling yourself forward gently with the straight leg. Form a circle with your hands. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And release. All right. That was number 5. Number 6 is rhinoceros gazes at the moon. And lo and behold, we have a little bookmark of a rhinoceros gazing at the moon. In our old location, he hung on the very back corner. So when you did this posture, you can kind of check him out in the back of the room. Maybe we will find a place for him to do the same here. So for this one, separate the feet shoulder width apart. It's going to feel a lot like embracing horse, but the arms are going to do something different. So sit back, get your tuck, circle the arms back and around. This time let's put the left hand on top. And so I'm going to extend the arm, and I'm going to rotate from my waist. My lower body should stay still. My hips will stay still, my knees will stay still, my feet will stay still. I'm going to rotate from my waist and my torso. Extend the arm and rotate. Nice and slow. When you finish, lower body should be still. I should have a relaxed neck gazing loosely underneath the extended arm. And then slowly back to center. This time, right arm will be on top. And other side, extend and rotate. Center. Let's do one more each side. Extend. And rotate. Other side, center. Last one, extend, and rotate. Center. And release, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, lower the arms. All right, number 7. It's probably the last one we'll get to today. We'll end it on a challenging note. Ride the tiger. Tips on this one. How far and how low you go are secondary to getting the alignment correct. Getting the alignment correct with time and practice will extend your range on this one. Key point on this is keep your tuck. If you lose your tuck, you cannot get it back, and then this is more of just kind of like a nice stretch. So that is the purpose of this. When we hear stretching, I'm not trying to stretch my hamstrings or my quads. I'm trying to stretch the connective tissue in the hip joint and hip socket itself. So there's a little bit of different way of getting into that. So when you're in this, you're going to feel it ideally, not so much, I mean, yes, you're going to feel it in your legs. But what we're going for is a stretching sensation basically in the crease where, like if you had swim trunks on, where your underwear, kind of right in there. And the way you accommodate that is by continuing to keep your tuck, even if it means you can't step out quite as far as you see other people doing it. So, what we're going to do, we're going to start with our feet at a 45-degree angle together towards the left. Now, right now I'm standing straight up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my tuck, and in order to get my tuck, I have to crouch down. So you see, in order to straighten this low back out, I have to bend my legs, my knees. I'm going to keep this shape. Even though I'm going to start looching out with my front foot, I'm going to keep this as best I can. I'm going to keep my hands on my hips, and I'm going to begin stepping out with the right foot. Trying as best I'm able to keep my tuck and to keep my feet at that 45-degree angle. And when I am out about as far as feels okay for me today, I'm going to continue to round my knees out. So I'm rounding out with the front knee and I'm rounding out with the back knee. I'm going to sink down and I'm going to look towards the front of the room. So I should have about 50-50 weight spread. It's easy to end up kind of being in a front stance or back stance. I'm even and I'm sinking. And push off. Small increments, and we'll do one more on the other side, and we'll bow out for today. So, feet together, get your tuck, which means you have to bend your knees, be springy and crouchy. And step out incrementally with the left foot. This one is really challenging for me with all my surgeries. My right leg does not want to play games, so it's a good one for me. So I'm going to round out and look towards the front. And push off. And shake it out. All right, so the ones that we'll have left are Phoenix spread wings, hit the tiger, and owl turn 10. So since we did a lot of talking on the front end of these, I imagine we can get through those and then do the same level of instruction on the last 3, hopefully next class. Any questions before we bow out? All right, good work, everybody. We follow the 5 hearts: faith, respect, perseverance, patience, and humility.
Head Instructor.
Bow to intermediate and beginner level students. Students at home, basic training is dismissed.